So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about immigrating to Canada and what that might be like. And hopefully this will help you make a decision. Okay, so let's talk about some of the negative aspects of living in Canada or immigrating here. For many immigrants, the weather can be a big surprise. Canada can be very cold in the wintertime. The main thing I noticed, though, is the weather really changes. So it can be suddenly very cold, and then a week later, very hot. Then it's raining, and then it's snowing, and then it's perfect weather, and everybody's happy. So you may come from a country where things are usually the same. In Canada, the weather really changes. I think on the one hand, though, because of global warming, many places are getting very, very hot. Many places are becoming too hot. I think Canada might actually be a good country to be in the future if some of these things continue to happen. Transportation. One of the issues with living in Canada is it's a big country. So there's a lot of difficulties when it comes to transportation. If you want to travel between cities, it can be very big distances. So you might have to drive a lot. Even if you live in the city, like for example, I live in Toronto, to get to work, it can be very difficult because we only have a certain number of highways. Everybody takes the same highways. So there's a lot of traffic jams and a lot of very long commutes. So many people find it difficult to get around, especially on work days, just because there's a lot of traffic. Rent can be a big problem in Canada, especially in the cities like Vancouver and Toronto. Rent is expensive here. I think, and these numbers frequently change and increase, but when I last checked, the average cost of a one-bedroom apartment, so an apartment with just one bedroom in Toronto, was $2,100 US per month. Now, even trying to find an apartment can be very difficult. A lot of people try to find an apartment. There's not enough apartments. So there's a shortage of housing and apartments. So this can be very stressful, and it can be really hard on immigrants because they come here and they can't find a place to live. So before you come to Canada, really, really think about where you will live and do you have enough money for rent for the first year you're living here. Finally, another thing I wanted to mention about maybe some of the negatives about Canada is we have a problem with career colleges.